And later on, I'll be using some kind of default routing or the BGP routing, depending upon the different sections. We'll try to do that verification. And also we'll do redistribution so that we can see end-to-end communication as well. And for the sake of variation, I can run some kind of EHRP routing if it supports, or else the RAP routing, or I can use an OSPF with a different process ID, or I can just run any of the routing. Okay. So the main idea of the routing is to provide end-to-end communication, because normally what will happen is whenever you are running the firewall routing is important. We do enable the routing on the interface, because technically you will be connecting to plenty of routers or the branch offices. Maybe this is your head office connecting to other branch offices. We need to make sure that we do have the reachability. Like you might be connecting to a branch offices and you're saying that all these branch offices will be going out onto the internet and they will be using the head office router or head office router. This is my head office router from where they should go out to reach out the internet. And the FTD, the firewall, is your edge device where you can reach out to the internet, either based on the default route or based on the BGP, which we'll configure. And then what we'll do is we'll redistribute this route into the OSPF and already this firewall and the routers. In our case, we are just testing only the router 1. And we actually assume that all these routers are already running some kind of routing protocol like OSPF or EHRP or any other protocol, or maybe multiple protocols. So they must be getting a default route. So if this router gets a default route, which basically confirms that any unknown traffic, it will send out to this firewall. From there, it will send it to the internet, depending upon the policy. Again, later on after routing, we'll be adding some access control policies, which is going to ensure that the traffic is either permitted or blocked. So depending upon that, we can do that. Okay. So before we get into the policies or before we get into the NAT configurations, which is something the main configuration part, routing is also important, because if you don't have a proper routing configured, it can be like some kind of reachability issues will be there. So in our case also, we'll try to use a different combinations of the routing to ensure that we do have the reachability. Okay, so we'll start one by one. We'll start with the first option, that is running the OSPF protocol between the router 1 and the FTD.